Greetings, world. You know, um, one of the craziest thing about owning a truck is, especially here in the States, is that it grants you the opportunity to have a lot of downtime. And when I say downtime, I'm not even talking downtime as in being off from work. I'm talking you spend a lot of time sitting in places waiting. And it what it teaches you is patience. That's one of the things I realized, that why Christ chose fishermen, because you have to have a lot of patience. You're not going to go out there and just cast the net and instantly start catching fish. It takes patience, and you have to know where the fish is, and you got to do your research, and you got to remember where you caught your last big catch, and you try these different spots, you know. And trucking is pretty much the same thing. You learn what customers you deal with and how to deal with them, and you know who's going to take a long time and who's not, who's going to treat you good and who's not. And you learn to deal with it, day by day. And over time, you you have two choices. You can either accept it and let it not ruin your life and make you become this hateful person that just hates everyone and argue with everyone and so on and so forth, or you can just allow it to make you better. Every day, you work at becoming the best version of yourself, especially sitting out here with time on your hands, right? In the process of me, let me see, I started Panco Logistics long time ago. I think in 2011 or something like that. Never really caught a good footing, I guess, because one thing with me, ever since I can remember, as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to unite with everybody and build and grow. But I understood not that long ago that not everybody wants to grow with you. And it doesn't matter the words that are coming out of your mouth, because I used to always tell a lot of truckers that I know, hey, come on, let us work together. And no matter how much I said that, they heard work for me. And I repeated a bunch of times, and now I stopped. But I realized that, they haven't grown, and they're not going to grow because they don't want to grow. A lot of people are still obsessed with materialism and stuff like that, and everything materialistic, and they like to show off and pretend as if they have it all together, and oh, they're growing big and so on and so forth, and they're not. The latest new fancy car doesn't mean that you have grown. The tricked out truck doesn't mean that you've grown. Pretending, and the lavish trips that you take to Dubai and all these other places that everybody run and do the same thing doesn't mean that you've grown. How you care for your loved ones, how you care for your neighbor, how you care for the homeless that's hungry, you know, without bragging to the world that you've done something, that that shows growth. That giving and not expecting in return, that shows growth. And this might sound like rambling to some, but I know to a lot it shows growth. And I've always wanted to work together with people, but they still too busy living like children. And your age doesn't make you an adult. How you choose to grow and change the things that you've repeatedly done in your life, and you do something better and for the greater good of not only yourself but for generations to come, that impact that you're leaving, that's what makes you grown. So I hope that this message that I'm putting out here will inspire someone to change for the better. And I know my message is always, and not, everything that I do is about God, first of all, but I know everything up until this point was always about God. But I'm gonna start pushing messages also about just working together. I'm not gonna change that. I want to see us build and grow and make an impact in this world for the better. And something that was brought to my attention, please subscribe and like. you know I never asked before, but I'm asking now because it was brought to my attention that that's how the message will get out to more people that truly needs to know our Heavenly Father, and I guess know me in return, and who I am and what it is that I'm doing. So please share the message, subscribe to it, and if you don't like the content, then reply to me and let me know, and we can have a discussion about it. I'm not one to turn anyone away or speak ill because of someone because they don't like what I have to say. Not everyone's going to agree with you. you know Look how many people didn't love Jesus. So I don't expect everybody to love me, so it's okay. But I just wanted to get on here and share that and say, I hope you guys are having a great day thus far. And remember to go out there and put a smile on someone's face, because you never know the impact that you're having on someone that is looking for someone to help them. Love you guys. Have a great one.